Good morning, people of the Back to Basics Weight Loss Surgery channel. It is I, Maggie, your Friday vlogger. I meant to do this last night. I started a video last night outside my Zumba class, and I just kept getting interrupted by loving Zumba friends saying hi, not quite understanding what I was doing. So I'm going to rush this one in before work today. Yeah, I'm still wearing Zumba stuff. Basically, our boss has been away for 2 weeks, and I've had a challenge for myself to see if I could wear a completely different Zumba outfit every day. And this is the 10th day, and yeah, I did. Now that I take such high-impact classes and sweat so much, I basically have to keep at least 10 outfits on hand. I mean, excuse me, 5 outfits, 5 sports bras and stuff on hand in case I can't get to the laundry in time. That's a good thing. That, I think, as you know, is the thing that really keeps me kind of on track no matter what I'm doing with food. I'm always doing my high-impact exercise and sweating. Where I'm at, and actually for those of you who don't know about my journey, it occurred to me that I'm not always repeating it because on my own channel I had said it so much that it seemed like everyone knew. I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy in May of 2011. I started my journey at around 280 to 282 pounds. And I reached my goal of 162, or a normal BMI. Now, remember, people, our goals are usually set by our doctors based on that, and our individual goals, I believe, should be based on other things, perhaps. But I reached his goal, my doctor's goal, in roughly 11 months on April 24th, and have maintained pretty much ever since. I had a little blip of regain at the end of last summer of 25 pounds. And with the help of the Transformation Academy and Back to Basics, got it together, looked myself in the mirror and said, you do not want to be a weight loss surgery statistic, girl, and went back to my rules, my personal rules being no sugar, no pasta, no bread, and no eating in the car, and got it off. Also with the help, you know what's funny? Last week I couldn't remember all my rules. I don't know if you remember that. And I realized during this week that that was no accident. It's because I was seeking to avoid the one rule I couldn't remember, and that is to log your food. That is a huge tool, everybody. You can estimate, but you don't really know. And I can tell you, to be honest, confession time, still am not logging my food again, as I've returned to the rules now for a week since my 2-week birthday Carbapalooza. So that's something I plan to do today. Even though, you know, I'm a creature of habit and I tend to eat the same things all the time, I still think it's important to log, and it helps you understand the way different food affects you. You know, you can kind of track that. It's important. It's one of my rules. It may not be important to you, and that's the thing, you know, I think that you may see just in watching all these videos on Back to Basics that we're all different, and we all have to come to what works for us, what goal works for us, what path works for us. You know, the thing we share in common is that we all are here to love and support one another, and that's why I'm here doing this video. One of the things that's been troubling me, and the thing I wanted to talk to this week, and I also have to state that I'm firmly back on plan for a week. I've lost the 5 pounds I gained during my birthday Carbapalooza, you know, which tends to confirm what we all think, which is a lot of that weight gain when you do binge on carbs is water. You know, there's only so much of that free. I'm not sure what happened with that, and I'm going to try putting these two movies together in the editor, because I was feeling like I was saying what needed to be said in my last part. My camera said I was out of memory, but I just deleted a bunch of videos, so I don't think that can be true. Anyway, not even sure. I was talking about the movie Popcorn. Lost that 5 pounds, firmly back on plan, exercising, drinking water, following my rules. But I'm troubled, and the reason I'm troubled is that I think what I've kind of realized during that Carbapalooza is my question for you guys, and that is, does the old fat girl ever go away? You know, I think that I had that illusion, as many of us do, when we are on this journey and we're losing the weight and we get to goal. You know, those of us who've gotten there and are lucky enough to have gotten there, and I count myself among them. I thought that maybe I'd be able to just live life, you know, a little bit, like occasionally have something if there's a party, or have a treat if it's there, not seek it. But I find myself, you know, returning to the old patterns when I do introduce those carbs into my life, of bargaining to continue a few more days, you know, on the off plan thing, rationalizing the choices I make, binging, you know, all the old patterns, comforting with food, making bad choices. You know, I'm wondering if that's, and you know, the thing is, people, I do a lot of emotional work in groups with I've had a therapist in the past, really a lot of self-examination, Transformation Academy. I mean, I'm more educated than many people about the triggers and the emotional need and all that stuff. But that, just knowing about it doesn't mean that you've got it solved. And I'm troubled, and I'm wondering, you know, will I ever come to peace in this journey? Will I ever come to an ability to be living life instead of on or off the plan? Now, one thing I do know, you know, this week is that I do feel better when I'm following the rules. I feel physically better. There's something really not only emotionally troubling about being out of control, but it actually physically doesn't feel as good to be eating those foods. And that's something to tell myself whenever I make the mistake, you know, of doing it. So that's really my question. You know, it's kind of a torment in a way, because, you know, I've got, I think, a long life ahead of me, and I'm a strong woman, and yeah, I can do it. I can do this thing of always being on plan and having my occasional times off, and then getting myself in check, and, you know. But if you've got any tools or ideas for how a person somehow comes to that peace, that's what I'm looking for, you know. Sorry if it's shaky. We've been doing these arm exercises in one of my Zumba classes that literally have you screaming at the end. You like hold your arm like this during the whole song practically, and we were all like about to fall apart at the end. It's great at the time, but the next day it hurts, and then you do it all over again. Anyway, that's really it for me. I'm wondering about that old fat girl, and if she and I can somehow make friends and come to a détente of some sort. And I want to show you one thing. In my office, this darling friend of mine from Zumba went to Disneyland, and I collect Mickey and Minnie wedding things, and I asked her if she'd look for a magnet. I didn't, you know, and because I haven't been there for a long time, I figured they might have some new stuff. And look what she got me, guys. Isn't that beautiful? And this is where I keep it. I hope you're seeing it, because I can't see what you're seeing. But I just can't believe it. She brought this back for me. Isn't it sweet the way he's carrying her? So, yeah, I'm a wedding freak as a wedding photographer, naturally. Anyway, I'll be sending love and support to all of you wherever you are on your journeys this week. And I will be back next week. Bye-bye, everybody.